Hello, good afternoon. This is David Soto talking to you, and today is my weekly trade predictions video for the upcoming trading week of July 5th through July 9th, 2021. Okay, and what I will do here is I will look at all the major forex currency pairs on a 30-minute time frame. Okay, just like you see right here on the chart, and then I will compare that to higher time frames such as the 4-hour, daily, and weekly charts, and then I will try to give you my analysis of what I think is going to happen this coming week, okay, based on my experience. So to start with, I want to say that this past Friday was the non-farm payroll, okay, and unfortunately the US dollar hit a little bit of a roadblock, or a speed bump, if you will, and the reason being is that the unemployment rate actually gained some, okay, meaning there are more people unemployed, and that's bad for the US economy. Okay, now there were a few more jobs created at the same time, and that's good, so it kind of balances out a little bit, but still it's bad that the unemployment rate gained. Okay, that's not a good thing. So we saw on Friday the US dollar drop. It tanked and dropped some. I don't think we're going to see a huge drop. I do not think it's going to continue to drop, but probably for the next few weeks we're going to see more of a range of market. Okay, we see a lot of sideways movement up and down. Over time, yes, we're going to see a gain. The US dollar is still a bit fragile. Okay, yes, we are seeing signs of recovery, and one key factor here, and I know I've said this many times, is going to be a fourth stimulus payment. Okay, US Congress right now, many senators are pushing for a fourth stimulus payment, and this will be in the form of a recurring monthly payment. And if that is approved, hopefully here in July, that will be huge. Okay, and we will really see the US economy rebound as a result. So like anything else, you put more money in, you get more money out. Okay, so unfortunately that's just how it works, right? More money the US government pumps into the economy, the more value the US dollar is going to gain. Okay, so we're just waiting on that, and that's kind of a hurry up and wait kind of situation. But let's look here at EURUSD. Okay, to start with, we see EURUSD had dropped most of the week, right? You're already looking at this, and on Friday it spiked back up. Okay, and this is where the non-farm payroll kicked in. Now if the US dollar is dropping, the euro, Great British pound, Australian dollar, New Zealand dollar, all these other major currency pairs are going to go up as a result. So here we see the EURUSD going up because on this last Friday. Now is it going to keep going up? Yeah, it's going to go up some more, but we're not going to see a huge gain. Okay, and because the US dollar is definitely rebounding slowly. Okay, so yes, you can see the US dollar drop back down, but soon it's going to go right back up again. Okay, in the coming weeks, it might take a couple more weeks for to really see another uptrend. And like I said, next couple weeks we're probably going to see more of a range of market, I'm guessing. Now let's look at the higher time frames real quick before I get carried away. Okay, the 4-hour chart shows to buy. Okay, so yeah, the price dropped. I thought last week we were at a strong support here, but unfortunately it dropped some more. So that's okay. That is actually what we want, and like now we see the price going up. So since we're on a strong support here on the 4-hour, I think what's going to happen is that the price is going to go back up a ways and then down. We're going to see more of a range of market, like I said, in the coming weeks. All right. If we look at the daily chart, we see a signal to sell still. It's been showing that for a while, and the weekly chart as well. So we know long term it's going to be dropping. Okay, so in the short term it's going to go back up. I don't know, probably a few hundred, maybe 500 pips. It's going to go up and then drop back down again. Okay, so if we go down, let's look at the 1-hour chart. So even the 1-hour chart shows to buy, 4-hour shows to buy. So that's a strong indication that yes, this is going to be going up this week. Okay, and probably it's going to hit a resistance. If we mark this right here, that's a very strong resistance right there. And like I said before, we're looking for a red arrow to form on the 4-hour chart, which we have not. Okay, I was hoping this week we would have seen that happen, but it never did. It just dropped, and that's perfectly fine. Okay, we actually wanted to drop, but thing is now it's going back up. So question is, are we going to see another red arrow at this point? That's going to take some time. That's a huge drop right there. Not huge, but from here to there, you're talking about over 1,100, 1,100 points for this to go back up. Okay, so that's going to take time. And now if the US dollar is sinking continuously, then yes, we will see this go up. But I don't think that's going to happen, just based on my experience. Now we see here on the daily chart and the weekly chart, it wants to sell. So yes, it's going to go back up some, but I don't know. I don't foresee it hitting this green line, although it might. We will see. So what's going to happen this week? Okay, like I said already, I feel strongly that we're going to see mostly a flat range of market with a slight uptrend. Okay, so I feel it will be safe to both buy and sell using a 30-minute time frame. Okay, so that's pretty much standard, but I just wanted to reiterate though that this week, based on that non-farm payroll, the euro should be going up against the US dollar. So yeah, you could probably buy only, but it'll be fine to both buy and sell. Okay, you're not going to see, you know, huge uptrend. Okay, it's going to be a slight uptrend, so don't worry about that. But just keep in the back of your mind that the price for this week should be going up. Okay, let's look at Great British Pound versus the US dollar. Okay, again, we see the price had dropped all week, and then on Friday spiked back up because of that non-farm payroll. If we look here on a 4-hour chart, wow, look at this, we have 2 blue arrows. Okay, so typically when that happens, you could see a third, but I doubt it. But next one should be a red arrow. Now if we look right here, we have a resistance right here. Will the price go that high? I don't know. Okay, somehow I doubt it, but that would be the place to go. And now this being a 4-hour chart, it might take another week or two before we see that happen. If we look at the daily chart, we show the sell. Weekly chart shows the sell. So yes, basically the same thing we just saw a minute ago. And for this week, I think that again the price is going to be in a flat range of market. We already got a red arrow on the 30-minute chart, which is okay. But I would not place any trades until at least the London session on Monday to be safe, because when you come out of the weekend, the market is really sluggish, really slow, and anything can happen during that time frame, and we won't see any really activity until at least the London session, and that way we can get enough time to get some data and see what the market is doing. Okay, now if this is dropping steadily, I would go ahead and sell by the time the London session kicks in, and then close the trade when you get the next blue arrow, and just repeat the process: buy on the blue, close on the red. Okay, very, very simple. Now one thing to keep in mind, when you do get a signal to buy or sell, it doesn't matter, wait. I would wait a few hours, especially on the 30-minute chart. I would wait a few hours just to make sure that the indicator does not repaint, and then place your trade and close it on the next blue arrow. Okay, that would increase your chances for success. Now moving on to Australian dollar versus the US dollar, again we see pretty much the same thing, where the price dropped all week and then spiked back up on the Friday. Okay, so we can expect pretty much the same movement. If we look here on the 4-hour chart, we see that it's going up right now. So this week we should be able to expect a pretty steady, you know, uphill battle, if you will. But again, it should be safe to both buy and sell. Now the daily chart shows the buy, which is a lot stronger than the 4-hour, obviously, and the weekly chart shows to sell. So now this Australian dollar is a very strong currency. Okay, and here's what I think is going to happen. Okay, since we have a buy signal on the daily, I feel that this will definitely be going up this week. Okay, So for the Australian dollar versus US dollar, here's what you can do. Keep your charts on a 30-minute time frame and look for buy opportunities only, okay? Because like I said, the daily has a signal to buy, okay? So that is a really strong indication that this will be going up, at least this week, okay? So I would probably look to buy only for the Australian dollar versus US dollar. Okay, now here let's look at the US dollar versus Swiss franc. Okay, we saw the other ones dropping and then spike up at the end of the week. And here we see the exact opposite, steadily going up all week, and then at the end of the week on Friday with the non-farm payroll, it just dropped. Okay, and that's what I said in the beginning, it tanked because of the unemployment rate, but that's okay, man. This is Forex, that's life, that's just how it is. We have to roll the punches sometimes. If we look here on the 4-hour chart, we have a strong signal to sell. Okay, so that means this is definitely going to be dropping this week. We're going to, in the next coming weeks, we're going to see more of a range of market. And this week, I do not expect huge drops. The daily chart shows the buy, and the weekly chart shows the buy as well. With the fact that the 4-hour chart shows the sell, I feel that this is going to be dropping. I don't know how far. We do have a strong support right here that I can mark, and that would probably be the most feasible place where it would drop to. So what do you do this week? Well, if you want to play it safe, you could sell only on using a 30-minute chart, but overall it should be safe to both buy and sell. Okay, I do not see any reason why not. Just keep in mind that this week the price should be dropping more than it's going to go up. Okay, now right this minute, even the 1 hour shows to buy, but the 30-minute shows to buy right now. And I would wait, with this being the US dollar, I would wait until the New York session, at least the London session on Monday, okay, to see what's going on. Definitely I would wait for the US session and then place your trade, okay, because this might drop some more. But if you see this going up steadily by the time the New York session kicks in, feel free to go ahead and place your trade and then close it when you get the next red arrow, and repeat that process. Okay, very simple. We move on to US dollar versus Japanese yen. Okay, yeah, a lot different, right? This is definitely a lot different. So in the beginning of the week, we had most of a flat range of market right here, and then a spike up and then back down again. Okay, very interesting. Like I've said before, the US dollar versus Japanese yen and USD JPY follows different patterns than other USD pairs. Okay, it's its own animal pretty much, but still you can make a lot of money with this. You know, you just have to time everything a little bit differently. But now we have a signal to buy right here on the 30-minute chart, but let's look at the 4-hour chart real quick. Okay, the 4-hour chart still shows to sell. Now we have a red arrow here followed by another higher red arrow, and typically when you see like this, the next arrow should be a blue color. Okay, now we have a blue arrow followed by a higher blue arrow. Okay, that's how this is going to work out because we're in an uptrend. All right, now where's the next blue arrow going to form? I can't tell you, but what I can tell you is that we have a strong support right here already, and that would be the most feasible spot for that blue arrow to kick in. So what's going to happen this week? Well, I feel very strongly this will be dropping for most of the week. Okay, it's going to be a slow process. Now look at the daily chart. Daily chart shows to sell. Now where is it going to form a blue arrow here? Wow, I don't know, all the way down here maybe. That would be the most feasible spot for that as well. Now that's going to take a long time, maybe a month or two. If we look at the weekly chart, however, we have a buy signal. Okay, we have several buy signals. If I zoom out, you see I got 1, 2, 3 buy signals, right? So we're looking for a red arrow to form on the weekly chart, but that's way on down the pipeline. Okay, but the fact that the weekly chart shows the buy, and we do see the past few weeks, past month or two, this price has been steadily going up. So that means the US dollar is definitely rebounding, but anything that goes up must come down. If we go to the 4-hour chart and I zoom out a little bit, actually let me go to the daily. Okay, yeah, so we had a red arrow followed by a higher red arrow, but now it's definitely getting ready to go back down. Trying to look here in the past, we have a resistance here, which I could mark just so you can see my point of reference. So we have a strong resistance here, support, yeah, resistance. So we're not far from that, okay, right now. So I do feel this will be dropping, definitely getting ready to drop. If you look at the hourly chart, it's showing the drop, 4 hours showing the drop. So it's just a matter of time now. And for this week, we're going to, you probably could buy and sell using a 30-minute time frame, but to play it safe, I would sell only. Okay, right now it shows to buy, but you don't really see it going up, do you? So definitely wait for the next sell signal, and that might be a day or so, I don't know. Might be Tuesday going to Wednesday before you see a sell signal, but just be patient on this one, okay? This is a very delicate pair to trade, I think. So anyways, wait for the next sell signal and you'll be fine. You probably only get one trade this week, but that's okay, right? Let's look at US dollar versus Canadian dollar, okay? So this is also a different animal because both these currencies are in the North America, right? And they're both dependent on oil for energy. So the oil industry takes up a lot of their economy. So these two are very closely mated to one another. Now we see on Friday it dropped, right? Had a big drop. Also to note, the Canadian dollar did not have their non-farm payroll this last Friday. This coming Friday they will. So based on that, we probably will see the US dollar spike again, at least for USD CAD. I don't know what's going to happen. You know, everything's kind of up in the air right now. But the fact that Canadian dollar did not release their job report allowed the US dollar to sink quite a bit because there's nothing to compete against. Okay, so anyhow, we had a strong resistance. Now we're at somewhat of a strong support. What's going to happen this week? Okay, very interesting question. Now if we look at the 4-hour chart, it shows a sell. Okay, so we're definitely looking for this to drop this week. The daily chart shows the buy and the weekly chart shows the buy. So okay, so we know long term. Okay, we look at the daily chart, we look at the weekly chart. That means long term it's going to go up. Okay, and the short term is going to drop. So for this week, I definitely feel that it's going to drop. And here we have a strong support. Okay, that is potentially where it's going to drop to. Okay, I do feel that it's going to drop this week. So the 1 hour shows the buy, 30 minutes shows the buy. So what I would do is keep your charts on a 30-minute time frame. Okay, you should be able to both buy and sell, but to play it safe, I would look for sell opportunities only. Okay, just to be safe. Okay, so anyhow, that will conclude my weekly trade predictions video. I don't want to make this too long, but if you have another currency pair that you want me to go over that's not listed here, okay, I don't care, any currency pair, not like oil, natural gas, anything like that, but just regular fiat currencies, please hit me up on Facebook. There is a link below in the description of this video for my personal Facebook. Please contact me there first. Okay, also I'll put a link for my private Facebook group, and you can request to join my Facebook group and post any questions or comments in my Facebook group. Okay, so with that said, I hope you have a wonderful day. Let me know how I can help you, and I look forward to working with you. Thank you so much.